Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is where you're watching me from. My name is Carol Oyele. Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Talk with Carol. It's good to have you here. If you're a subscriber here, you've been with me here for a while. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me and for learning with me and for trusting me if we've worked together before, especially. And if you're a new person here, you'll see my face and my videos for the first time. I say welcome. Hopefully by the time you watch this video, and I'm sure you enjoy it, you want to join our little community here by subscribing to my YouTube channel. So my goal with this real estate show, which has been running for some years now, is to help you invest in real estate in Nigeria, help you, discover genuine properties, and help you make sure that you are picking the right properties to invest in. So first goal is to help you invest safely, and then the second goal is to help you invest profitably so that you are maximizing your return on investments. But then I realized that even with all this, even with all the guidance, even with taking all the care that you can take when picking out the properties you want to invest in, and even sometimes after proper due diligence, business sometimes just go bad. Investments sometimes just don't go as expected or as planned, and sometimes it's the fault of the developer, sometimes it's nobody's fault. You understand? So I thought that in this episode of the show, I should address a topic I don't think anybody involved in real estate and giving, expert advice has ever treated, and I've never treated it before. But these things happen, especially with the way our industry is at the moment. It's becoming common to see transactions go bad. When I say common, I don't mean common in the sense of is an everyday thing, but I mean common in the sense that we never used to hear of it. I've been in this industry now for 8 years, thanks to God, and rarely have I ever had any issue where a client invested in a property and then the company doesn't deliver, or the client invests in a property and then the company loses the property, things like that. There are different reasons these things can happen. It never used to happen, at least not with the people I was working with, but now once in a while you see it happen here and there. And then when it happens, clients are left panicking and not knowing what to do and angry and just kind of lost, especially because most of you are not here. So that's why I felt that it was necessary, it has become very necessary to address this topic so as to guide every one of you out there. My prayer is that as you're investing, you're getting the goals for which you're investing for. You're getting, the promises made are being kept, and you're getting the benefit of investing in real estate. And that's why I put the effort to do all the videos that I do. That's why I say do your due diligence. That's why I give advice here and there. I've even lost count of the number of episodes this will be on Real Estate Talk with Carol. That's because I've done so many of them. And all the ones that I've done, all the ones I've been doing and still doing, it's all to help protect you as you are investing in real estate in Nigeria, especially because you are not here. Someone has to be speaking up for you. So now I also want to guide you on what to do if ever things don't go as planned, if ever things go bad, So let's get into it. 5 things that I think that you should do when you find yourself in situations like this. My hope is that you never get to find yourself in situations like this. But if you ever get to find yourself in situations like this, what should you do? First, I will say do not panic. Do not panic. Try to stay calm. Investment is investment, and all investment comes with risk. All investment, that's what you need to tell yourself. That's what you actually need to recognize and accept before you decide that you want to invest in real estate, because all investment has some form of risk. I remember not too long ago, my husband and I invested in forest in some way, and we lost the money, we lost our capital, we lost the interest, we lost everything we had made, and it was not fun. But when we realized that there was nothing we could do, we accepted it. You cannot accept the possibility of making gains from an investment without accepting that there could be losses sometimes, which is why you need to be very careful. But they still happen sometimes, even to those who are extremely careful, even to those who cross all their T's and dots all their I's. It still happens sometimes, you know. So first, do not panic. Just stay calm and then think rationally. What should you do? Because when you panic, you start to, you know, maybe want to go hire a lawyer. You start to want to contact the company, shouting and all that. First of all, try to understand what the problem is. Reach out to your realtor if you bought this through a realtor. If you didn't, no problem. Reach out to the company themselves. The benefits of having a realtor, I always say, is that you have at least one person on ground who can speak up for you, who would, you know, support you, who you can say, oh please, I can't reach these people, let me talk to them. Sometimes, although this is not good, but sometimes clients cannot reach companies and we can reach them simply because of the relationship we've built over the years with them. You understand? They know we've brought a lot of business to them, and that respect is there. It's not supposed to be that way, but sometimes having a realtor intervene and talk to the company helps. But if you don't have, you already bought this property and you didn't go through a realtor, just try to reach out to the company. Try and get as many numbers as possible. The company usually has a lot of staff. If this one doesn't go through, this one will go through. Reach out to the company and try to find out what the real problem is. Ask that they be honest with you. You are not trying to cause trouble. You understand that sometimes business don't go as planned. So don't go with the rumors. Just go straight to the source and try to get answers calmly. And then the second thing I would advise is negotiate. Once you understand what the problem is, ask them what are the options for investors right now. What is the solution? What is the way forward? You know, we can point fingers all we want, but once it has happened, the only thing you're really interested in or should be interested in is how do I get my money back? So once you have the facts, this is what has happened. Okay, now go to number 2, negotiate. Negotiate. What are the options for investors right now? How do I protect my investment? And if you cannot protect your investment, if that is not an option, by protecting your investment, I mean the first thing shouldn't be to get a refund. When people ask for refunds, you're not doing yourself a good thing at all. You're not thinking like an investor, because sometimes you've invested this money for years. This money has been with them for years. It has lost value. Yes, you invested maybe 5 million naira and they can refund your 5 million naira, but it doesn't hold the same water. It will not do for you now what 5 million naira will do for you maybe in 2-3 years before now. Do you understand? So the first thing shouldn't be about I want to get a refund, and trying to get an interest on your investments when you're asking for a refund is almost unrealistic. When a company is dealing with issues, they will just not answer you. You just sound like somebody who is not serious, you know. And then of course you can sue, you can do all that, but it's not always the smart thing. We'll get to that. We'll get to the legal part of this whole thing. If or when you should, you know, get a lawyer and take this up legally. So what are the options? The options usually is, let's relocate you to another estate. Now, if that's part of the option, which estate? Compare that to where you invested before. Is it to your advantage? Does it work? Does it make sense? You understand? before you decide if the estate they are offering you. If they have other estates in their portfolio, feel free to actually speak up and say, if there are plots in this other estate, I wouldn't mind, you know, being relocated to this other estate instead of this estate. You know, so it's negotiation. They are trying to also resolve the matter as at least any decent business person will want to resolve a matter like this as fast and as peaceful as possible. So you can negotiate like that. Now, if they don't have any estate, now, which is also why I always recommend, I've recommended in some of my videos that you work with a developer that has a good track record. A developer that has a good track record and that has been in the business for a while. We usually have, you know, a lot of estates that they own, that when things like this happen, you don't have to panic. It's just a matter of they relocating you to somewhere else that is also worth the money that you paid for it. You understand? So they are relocating you, option one. If they are relocating you, you want to make sure that, okay, at what price are you relocating me? This was when I invested in this property. For example, let's say you invested in the property 2020, and now in 2024 somebody is telling you that they want to relocate you, but that place they are relocating you to, the estate is more expensive, so they are telling you to come and add money. If that estate already existed in 2020, the price you should, you know, it will be fair for you to get that land on will be the price it was selling for at 2020 if it already existed. You know, so those are some of the things you need to, you know, think about. You need to think it through and make sure that you are not losing with the negotiation you are making, that you still come out looking good, and the plans that you had for it in the first place with the location where you bought, you know, it still remains with wherever you are moving to. You understand? So those are some things you want to consider. Now, if you're asking for a refund, if there's just no, because sometimes one of the options companies will give as well will say, okay, this land is more expensive, come and add money. It makes sense as long as, you know, the money they are telling you to add is not too much, is reasonable, considering the location where this land is and considering how much the land is worth now. You wouldn't say because, oh, there was a bad business, they were the one that breached the contract, so just give me the land, I'm not adding any money. If it's worth more than what you had was worth, then it makes sense to add money. Sometimes companies also don't talk about that and then just move you and make up for the difference. Whichever way, make deals that benefit you. Now, if you want to ask for a refund, if that's just the only option you have, maybe because they're asking you to add more money to get another property and you just don't have that money to add. If you don't have it, you don't have it. If the money is too much for you at that point in time, by all means, ask for a refund. Now, this leads me to point number 3, because of some points I need to, you know, get across. Number 3, be understanding and reasonable with your demands. It's very important. Sometimes clients just act very, very rude, very insulting, because yes, they were the one that defaulted, they were the one that put you in this position, but they are not saying no crime has been committed. They are not saying, they are not running away with your money yet. They are not saying we won't pay you yet. They are not saying we're not going to resolve this matter yet. So there's no need to be rude, there's no need to be insulting, there's no need to say, oh, I'm the one that is right, you know, you either do this or do this. Be understanding and reasonable with your demands. One, because businesses sometimes experience setback for whatever reason. So if you're a business person, try and be understanding. Okay, this has happened and it's unfortunate, because no real developer sets out to scam anybody or to, you know, take your hard-earned money. So show some understanding, and then when you then make demands, be reasonable with it. For example, if you're asking for a refund, if that's the option you go for, please know that it is unreasonable to ask a company to refund you your money within 1 week, within 2 weeks, you know, especially if it's in millions, 10 million, 15 million, 20 million. A company that is, you know, currently in the middle of a crisis and trying to handle it, you're saying that, oh, you must give me the money so time. You understand? be reasonable. It will take, they will have to put you on a payment plan. In fact, it's actually part of the terms and conditions when buying a land for most companies. Some of them will tell you that if you want a refund, you have to give them 3 months after you apply for it for them to pay you, something like that. So usually they will have to put you on a payment plan and pay gradually. Usually most companies cannot just, I've never seen it done where you ask for a refund and then the next thing the company is transferring it to you. It doesn't happen. So understand that they are going through crisis and nobody planned for it, and that your money that you pay them has long been gone. So they are trying to raise this money as fresh money that they didn't plan for, and you're not the only one involved. They have a lot of people they are trying to, resolve the issue with. So be understanding, be reasonable with your demand. Give them some time to resolve the matter, and just sprinkle your actions with some humanity. Now on to point number 4. Point number 4. This one is personal to me. So this is it. Do not try to intimidate your realtor. That is very, very important. Do not try to intimidate your realtors. Usually my clients are very understanding. My clients are, because here's the thing. I do not present myself as a staff of the company when I sell properties. I never do that. I'm not a staff of the company. I am just an intermediary. I'm an agent. Anywhere in the world you live in, you understand the role of a realtor and their purpose when buying a property. They help you do some of the stress you wouldn't want to do. They make things easier for you. They are your go-to person. Sometimes if you have a problem, you need clarification and all that. But you are not doing business with them. You are, at the end of the day, doing business with another company. They are representing, but it's not their company. Do you understand? It's like a bank. A bank has marketers, and marketers will say every good thing, about the bank, and say, come and invest, come and, and then the bank goes under, and then you go and meet your marketer and say, oh, I would do this to you, I would this, I would that, I will arrest you, I will get you it just doesn't make sense. This is not the time to be divided. This is the time to come together and say, oh, please, what can you do for me? Oh, please, what are they saying? And the realtor also is making sure that any problem, if the company is trying to treat you unfairly, they speak up on your behalf. You understand? And I don't know, some of you know me, some of you you've reached out to me, we've talked, some of you will work together, and some of you, based on some of the topics I've addressed in my video here, you know that I am somebody that speaks up, but at the same time I am somebody that respects the truth and hold on to the truth and hold on to facts. You would not say because a company did not deliver on their promise, and now when you want to narrate the matter, you start adding salt, ororo, pepper and all that so that you get sympathy. I will come out and speak up for that company, and you might look at it and say that, oh, she's taking their side. No, if the company also tries to mess with you, I will also come up and speak for you. If the company has been misbehaving and they are not reasonable, they are not trying to negotiate with you and all that, they are just taking advantage of you and taking you for granted, oh, please take legal action, and I'll be there to sign whatever paper you want me to sign in support of, say, see what this company did to this person. Do you understand? I hear of cases where a client arrests a realtor. The worst that will happen is they invite the realtor to come and speak on what happened and all that, and when the realtor usually presents the facts and their role in everything, and the fact that you did not pay the money to their account, so the business is not with them, the business is with this person, you are simply just a marketer, recommended this product to this person, but at the same time you didn't force the person to buy. We don't. I say, oh, I think this product is good for this reason and this reason. That's simply what any friend will tell you if maybe they've gone to a restaurant and eaten in that restaurant. They say, oh, that restaurant is good. It doesn't mean that that restaurant will keep that track record. it could mean that on that day when you go there to eat, there will be a problem that your friend has never experienced with them before. So that's the job of a realtor. Now, if things now go bad, you cannot say, oh, I want to fight the realtor so that the company will pay attention to me and all that. You're just the only person that could have spoken for you and, you know, get them to act and go to their office and say, oh, what's happening with my client and all that. You are fighting with the person, and then you are dragging the name of the person, and you are intimidating this person. Do you understand? It's time to come together and not time to divide. Now, finally, on my 5th point of, you know, the things you should do if and when a real estate investment goes bad. Number 5, go public. Go public. I know maybe you're thinking about a lawyer or arresting the company. That's not the first thing you should do. Why? Because you are trying to get money. You are not trying to lose money. Arresting the person, police will take money from you to do that job of arresting the person or forcing the person to, you know, reach an agreement and all that, which you can do by yourself if you just do it calmly, except if the company is not responding. You know, you've done everything and they are not responding. Otherwise, why spend more money? Also, the police takes 10% of any payment agreement they help you reach. So let's say a company is owing you 5 million naira and you arrest them and the police helps you solve the matter and you all come to a conclusion. The police is entitled to 500,000 of that money. So keep that in mind. Or you go hire a lawyer for how many 100,000, 200,000, 100,000, 150, and all for them to be writing emails on your behalf. There is time to do that, right? If and when it comes to it. But the thing that threatens a company the most, especially a very established company, one that has maintained good track record for a while, is going public. If they are messing up, they wouldn't listen to you, they wouldn't do anything. Sit in your house, put your face to your front camera and do a video and state your fact and tell them you are going to upload it. And don't just upload it. Pay a blog like Instablog to post it. Pay all these media houses to carry it. Threaten them with that, and trust me, they will respond. It's just like we've had a lot of banks mess up with individuals. Immediately they are called out on Twitter, they take action, they respond. You probably saw the video that trended one time of a man who lives abroad who was saying he invested in one popular real estate company like that, and then he invested millions and they failed promises and all that, and now he's homeless in the country where he lives and all that. We all heard about it. Why? Because he posted it in popular blogs and people listened, and I think that the company reached out to him and probably are forced to resolve the matter. So going public is more effective and very, very less expensive than if you say, oh, I want to hire a lawyer. The thing with hiring a lawyer is, and going to court, even if you arrest somebody, you go to the police station and arrest somebody, police will tell you to find an amicable way to resolve the matter, because law is a very long thing, and especially for somebody who is not here. You just end up having lawyers in Nigeria who you are always sending money to. They want to appear in court, you send money. Any day they want to appear in court, you send money. If they want to send a letter or email, you probably send money. You know, you just be spending more money on top of money that you don't know when you get. And going through the law process in Nigeria, I remember when my sister had a case involving her landlord's son, because there was something happened and the boy hit her, and then she got a lawyer, she took the matter to court and all that. Each time the lawyer appeared in court, she would pay money. Each time the lawyer goes to court, she would pay money, and they kept, you know, postponing to sit on this matter. And we told her, just let the matter go. You've even moved from there, so just let the matter go. And she said, no, they must sit on this matter, they must sit on this matter. And I think they only sat on that matter once. she ended up giving up on the matter. So going to court is not, you do it only when you need to do it, when all else has failed. Do you understand? When everything has failed, it's even more effective to involve the police than to involve the courts. You know, start by, if you have to take action, start by involving the police, because then the person is arrested, and being the staff of the company will have to, you know, listen to you and your demands. Do you understand? So that's it on this episode of the show. I hope you benefited from it. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I do my best to make sure that, you know, I keep the guides coming and help you invest safely and help you invest profitably, and now help you, you know, if things don't go well, help you get your investments worth, get your, you know, the money that you invested back. So that's it. Like I said, subscribe, share with your friends if you think this is a valuable information. I think, you know, it's a very valuable information for anybody investing in real estate. So don't forget to share with your friends, like, leave me a comment if you have an opinion, and I'll be glad, you know, to interact with you. Until I come your way again, my name is Carol Oyele. Bye for now.